What's up, Teeters? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com. So, yes, I'm ready for the video exposing Black Rifle Coffee. As many of you know, I did a video on them last year, and apparently it's picking up steam because, believe it or not, because this video, this one that you guys are looking at here, Traders Among Us, Black Rifle Coffee Company, I did this video last November, and I do believe it only had 3,000 views on it because of the fact that it's not monetized, and I'm cussing up a storm in it, and I'm pretty angry. So therefore the same will go with this video. I will be using profanity, but not that much. I will try to refrain from using so much profanity like this video, because this video will not be monetized either, because anytime you mention Kyle Rittenhouse in your videos, YouTube will not monetize it. So there's no need for me to even try to do right by YouTube by not using profanity and actually like using the nice kind words, because Kyle Rittenhouse is going to be a deciding factor if the video is going to get monetized or not. But if you want to donate, because a lot of you all, I did another video on the sergeant who got charged protecting himself from a mob, and many of you were like, well, if you're going to demonetize the video, where should we donate to you? And if you would like to, you don't have to, it's not a requirement, but if you want to, the link will be available in the description box. So let's get started. Now, in this video, I talked about how Black Rifle Coffee was donating to left-leaning politicians, and that they were actually for, even though they have a AR as a symbol, they're actually for gun control, and they love to go and sponsor gun control politicians. Now, I never took my video down, and never did I backtrack, but you had several YouTubers, either they got paid off, or they got scared off, or they just didn't want to, ruffle any feathers and decided not to talk about Black Rifle Coffee. But one thing I have a gift where I can see a grifter when I basically put my eyes on them. I know when someone is faking, I know when someone is grifting, and I know when someone is disingenuous. And basically, when you're coming on this side pretending to be one of us and I see it, I'm just going to call it out. All right. And Black Rifle Coffee was one of the people who actually disappointed me, because this was something I took personally, because I actually took an L for them on Twitch and got suspended for playing one of their videos. And I stood beside that suspension, and I didn't apologize. I didn't retract anything. I actually had their back. Come to find out, they didn't have mine. Okay. And wait until you read, oh my God, the most disgusting things they said in that video with New York Times. So let's talk about this article. And by the way, get ready. I'm just going to warn you right now, I will be using profanity. So if you're listening to this in your car, around kids, around elders, around anyone Christian, or anyone who has sensitive ears and do not want to hear profanity, especially if you're at work, you may want to listen to this on another time, because I am not going to muzzle myself, especially since I'm not being incentivized to be PC. So these pieces of shit did basically an interview. They sat down with an editor from the New York Times. The New York Times. Did you hear me? The New York Times. That right there was the first thing. I was like, the New York Times, not Breitbart, not Daily Caller, not any of the centrist type of blogs. They went with the most left-leaning, progressive type of fake news they love to slander Republicans. New York Times. The New York Times. Anyway, so they did this, and they were so proud of their article, right? They retweeted this. Look at this. Black Rifle Coffee retweeted, because I keep hearing, man, I swear, we got the most spineless bunch of people on our side, because here's what they said. Here's what people are saying that just basically, sucking on copium, right? They're like, well, we got to hear what they said first because you don't know if they got an explanation. If they did not believe if they did not stand behind everything that they said in this article or everything that was said in this article, why in the hell would they retweet it, you dumbasses? I don't understand this. The bell curve is a lie. Because it's like, if first of all, I would never be stupid enough as a right winger, which they are not. They are on the left. These are libtards. Please believe me. But you know, I would never talk to the New York Times under any circumstances. I would not sit there and basically give them a long interview. But these idiots did because they're on the left. And they were so proud of what was said in there, they retweeted it to their actual Twitter account. Now, this was a long interview. This was really long, and I read every word, okay? I read everything. But I'm not going to read it all to you because this will take too long, but I will take out the very specific things that were said in here that are actually important for you to know. They didn't hold anything back about how they feel about us. Now, I had warned you all that these people give money to the demon rats. And come to find out, after doing some investigation, they've been giving more money to the demon rats. Now, we understand, I told you all that I don't support no damn Tulsi Gabbard, okay? You got a lot of, you know, silly men who saw her workout video, and now you cucked ass simps want to sit up here and vote for a gun grabbing bitch like Tulsi Gabbard. Look at what this bitch said. We don't have to wait to pass legislation already supported by a majority of Americans, like universal background check. What? This bitch, like, you know what? Right now I'm trying to convince a friend of mine to sell me his guns. This bitch want me to go through a background check just to have a friend sell me a gun. You know what I'm saying? Private gun sales. These people are crazy. Now, I told you all, veterans are not a monolithic group. They're just not. So don't just think that everybody who says they're a veteran, combat or non-combat, don't think that they're on our team. Okay, you got a lot of these pieces of shit that will go overseas but then come back and basically break their oath. They'll forget what they fought for, or they'll forget why they enlisted into the military. Okay, they're supposed to protect the Second Amendment, but this bitch, she don't even want any legislation. She's like, let's just go ahead and just start big to gun control. What's the point of having a legislation? And I'm sorry, majority of Americans, I'm gonna need some citations on that. All right. Then she wants to, here we go. This is a veteran saying this. Let's see, like universal background check, closing the gun show loophole, and reinstating a federal ban on military style assault weapons. What are you talking about, Heffa? Are you serious? You want to ban the AR? Because that's the only thing I can see where she's talking about military style assault weapon. This is a veteran calling an AR a military style assault weapon, and she wants this ban. And then she goes on to say some stupid shit like this: the stakes are too high to allow partisan politics to get in the way of common sense change. This is who Black Rifle Coffee donated to, okay? They donated to this heifer. And I want you guys, like I said all the time, when I hear somebody is a veteran, I don't automatically say thank you for your service. I want to see if they are a libtard, or better yet, if they are a fucking communist like this piece of shit. Remember this guy? The guy from West Point? He's a lieutenant, all right? I don't even know what happened to him, but remember him? With the shirt of Che Guevara, and then he had underneath his cap saying communism will win. The military has been infiltrated with a lot of these commies and a lot of these libtards. Stop thinking that they're all on our side. They are not, okay? Now, let's talk about the money that they've been donating, okay? So, been doing a little digging and come to find out that not only did they donate to Tulsi Gabbard, not only did they donate it to Hillary Clinton, not only did they donate it to Democratic Party, the DNC period, through, I think it was, Act Blue? But they donated last September, they donated to the Biden Victory Fund. And you all, and by the way, I just want to say, I didn't get a lot of heat, but I was surprised at the people coming to my fucking channel telling me, oh, you just a traitor. You just think everybody, we can't get along if you're going to cause division. I hate spineless people like you, okay? You all need to be put up against the wall when you start talking about this division shit. Do you understand that we should not be united with traitors? How plain do I have to make it to you all? When you're a traitor, you're dangerous. And they done made all this money off of us, and now they're like, thank you for the $1 million. Well, actually, I think he said he made $22 million. I don't know. I got it in the queue of how much money they made. And now that they are rich, they don't need us anymore. So they took advantage of us. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to let them get away with this. So this is the CEO of the Black Rifle Coffee in Canada. These people are so big now that they're spreading all over the place, but their allegiance is with demon rats. Their allegiance is with commies and gun-taking politicians. You think Hillary Clinton is for the Second Amendment? No, she's pro-gun control. And Black Rifle Coffee want to sit up here and flex like they are all for the Second Amendment and they're all for pro-law enforcement and pro-veteran. No, they not. These people are full of shit. And also, there's this lie that keeps going around that Black Rifle Coffee has donated over $2 million to veteran organizations and law enforcement organizations. This is a lie. I just combed through 5 years of their records. 5, because they got established in 2014. Their financial records, there's nowhere near no $2 million. Honey, there's nowhere near no $500,000 for no veterans and no law enforcement. As a matter of fact, I didn't even see anything. So when somebody sit up here and tell you, well, they donated $2 million to the veterans and the law enforcement, tell them to produce receipts, baby. We need to see some evidence, because I didn't see any at all. And look at him shaking hands with this old battle axe. How in hell you gonna do that? But this is a great tweet by Aaron Wren. I want you to listen to this because this is true to form. He retweeted the article with the New York Times. Remember, they did an interview with the New York Times. They was chumming it up with the New York Times. The New York Times. Anyway, he says, Black Rifle Coffee is a perfect embodiment of conservative grift. So true. Creates ads showing people firing AK-47s, then disavow customers like Kyle Rittenhouse whenever BRC thinks they are a liability. It's all about riling up and exploiting a demographic. Consequences be damned. And that's what they did. They used us. And it was the biggest grift. Not the biggest grift I've seen in a year, but it's damn near close, okay? Also, here we have how they got big. Now, by the way, please don't think this is me blaming Don Jr. or me blaming Hannity. What I want to show you is how they got so big. They pretended to be conservative. They pretended to be pro-GOP, but they weren't. And by the way, the CEO of Black Rifle Coffee is going to lie and say that he voted for Trump. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. There's no evidence for that whatsoever, okay? He's full of shit. So it's like they're still trying to straddle that fence because they know a lot of patriots are not going to turn their back on them because they're so blinded by the whole veteran thing. And I'm telling you that you cannot think of veterans as a monolithic group, just like you can't think about black people as a monolithic group, okay? You just can't do that. You got to understand that these people are misleading you on purpose for money. So you can see that the Don Jr., by the way, this tweet is deleted, and so is the tweet by Sean Hannity. They realized that these people are full of shit, and so they deleted it so that no one would realize, no one would think that they still support them. See, here's the deal. You're gonna say you are for America and you're pro-America, you're pro-veterans, but you get your damn you get your stuff made in China. Feast your eyes on this. This is their, remember, they're established in 2014. This is their Black Rifle coffee mug, okay? I found this on the internet. This was great. And look what it says underneath there. Designed in South Dakota, made in China. China. Yeah, China. This was made in China. So how is it that you're like, fuck yeah, America, but you get your shit made in China? For shame, for shame. This picture right here, and we're gonna get to the article. I just gotta show you the stuff that leads up to. I just gotta show you all this. I created, a lot of you don't know this, but I created another Twitter account called the TreeHouse, DA TreeHouse. Now that account got suspended. Now when it was active, I clowned this fool, and I also archived this. I will have this available in the description box, okay? So I saw him, because this is what liberals do. I'm telling you, they want to show you how they are here and down for the downtrodden black folks, and you can't get no blacker than Africans. So this is what this piece of shit did, okay? This is the CEO of Black Rifle Coffee. He said, picture of me in Senegal a few years back. They were trying to convince me to stay and run for president. Lies. They weren't trying to get your ass to run for no damn president. I guess they really like the block of training, hashtag BRCC. And I looked at this shit, and you know what came to mind? This shit right here. What's the difference? What's the goddamn difference? You see what I'm talking about? What is the damn difference? And I emailed him, and I said, not emailed him, I tweeted him. I said, what's the fucking purpose of this tweet? You want to show how down you are with the darkies? I don't understand this. And then I actually took this picture. On the second tweet, I said, this is you right now. This is how you feel right now, being exalted. And notice how it's always black people elevating white man and white woman above them. This is our queen, our king. This is who will rule over us. This is the liberal mindset, guys. And he blocked me. He blocked me quick, baby. He ain't like that at all. Okay? All right. So now let's get into the article and get ready to get pissed off. Now, like I said, this video may be a little long, but I read through everything and I highlighted some important sentences in this. Now, there's some things I'm going to read all the way through, and there's some things I'm just going to read a little bit, but I made sure I got everything in its full context so people won't sit up here and say that I took, well, people who support Black Rifle Coffee Company, and if you still support them, you just, I don't know, I think you're just retarded. I'm sorry, I'm just going to call you a retard or a liberal, one or the other. Then again, that's redundant, but still, the thing about it is that after they tell you that they grift and they don't really care about us, how can you sit up here and support them after this? So once again, just so they don't say I took them out of context, I have actually put the entire context here for you to see. So here we go with Evan Hafer. This is the CEO that I was talking about. And he says, and it says, Hafer, who is a far more relatable statue, it doesn't matter. It's talking about Rocket. They're saying that he's more like Rocket. He was more offended by the continued identification by Munchin with Black Rifle. I think that's how you, no, Monchel, sorry, I don't say Munchin. Monchel with Black Rifle. This link was advanced not just by headlines. On June the 6th, it showed Munchin wearing the Black Rifle hat. A photographer on Facebook from September showed Monchel at the political rally in Nashville, draped in an American flag and again wearing the hat. And there was another Facebook photo of him holding a shotgun in front of the television tuned to Fox News broadcast of Trump's appearance, with a black rifle hat visible on a nearby desk. And then it showed that, and then after they did after the FBI combed through his entire Facebook profile, this is what they came up with. They said Monshell's, they noticed that he had the word shotgun and handgun appeared once. The name Trump appeared twice. Taser appeared 3 times, and Black Rifle Coffee appeared 4 times. Now you're probably asking yourself, why does this matter? I'm gonna tell you why this mattered. Because they did not disavow this guy. I got a funny feeling that this is a member of the Alphabet Boys. CIA, DEA, FBI, I don't know. But let me tell you why I believe he is. Because first of all, why did you come to the Capitol with zip ties? Also, this right here is a can of pepper spray, and this is a gun. I mean, why did you show up heavily armed like that? And what were you going to do with the zip ties? But see, this is the thing. They didn't disavow him. I'm going to read it to you in this page. Well, let me just, I got to pass by here. I'm going to read it to you in this one right here, how they did not disavow this guy. Okay. If you want to know what is bad optics, this is bad optics, but they didn't go out of their way to disavow him. But when they see Kyle, he's so cute in this picture. Kyle just got out of jail. They needed to get him some clothes. And so they went to a store and they saw a Black Rifle Coffee shirt and they put it on him, and they basically bought it and put it on him. So you mean to tell me those men, those piece of shit grifting ass libtards are going to sit up here and disavow this one because the left were like, oh my God, do you support Kyle Rittenhouse? And they cucked and they bent the knee to the left mob because they are leftists, but they said nothing about this. He's wearing their hat. This is Black Rifle Coffee's hat. And everybody kept saying, oh, Black Rifle Coffee is supporting the insurrection. They said nothing. And I'm going to show it to you here. Also, Marvel, they wanted Marvel because the guy has the Punisher right here. He has the Punisher over the flag. They try to pressure Marvel to disavow and to retire the character. Marvel was like, dude, please, we ain't doing nothing. Now, the actor of the Punisher had the virtue signal and said, I do not support the insurrection. And ain't no insurrection. Shut up with that, okay? So anyway, Marvel just ignored it. Marvel didn't say anything. But, you know, like I said, when Kyle was up, when they upload this picture, it was I think it was Elijah Schaefer. Elijah Schaefer uploaded this picture. Okay. The CEO of Black Rifle Coffee said that the bank called him that day and said, you need to tell Elijah Schaefer to take down that tweet or we're going to freeze your account to Black Rifle Coffee. You know that motherfucker was lying his ass off. I said, banks don't do that. Are y'all serious? Y'all believe that shit? Well, banks freeze up your account. Yeah. Banks freeze up your shit when they find out you're a right winger, but they don't tell you why they doing it. You expect us to believe that the bank that holds Black Rifle Coffee money, millions of dollars, were watching all the internet activity, saw that Elijah Schaefer uploaded a tweet of a picture of Ricky. I know that's not his name, is it? I know that's not Ricky Schroeder, but anyway, showed a picture of Kyle and then call basically Heifer, the CEO, and said, hey, you see that tweet by Elijah Schaefer? You better tell him to take that down because basically we're going to basically hold your account and you won't pay all your employees. He was lying, guys. He was lying. Banks don't do that. Okay, anyway, I'm getting worked up. I'll tell you, this is making me so angry. All right, so this is what it says. All right, now remember, they disavowed Kyle, but they didn't disavow this guy, which is way worse optics than Kyle. Kyle is sitting there with his little big old cheeks and he's smiling. This fool got a gun, he got pepper spray, and he got zip ties, and he's filming himself basically. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is part of the alphabet, boys. I'm not even gonna lie. All right, so here go the article in its full context. I'm gonna read the entire thing on this one. I would never want my brand to be represented in any way, shape, or form, Hoffer said, because that's not me. And yet Black Rifle Coffee has made conspicuously little public effort to separate itself from Monshel. And this is Monshel. So you see how they are hypocritical? You see what I'm talking about? I think they're just jealous of Kyle, but you know, like I said, this is way worse optics than this. This is not bad optics. All this piece of shit had to say was, Kyle did nothing wrong. We have nothing to do with anybody wearing our shirt. That is all. You have seen a lot of didn't do's, Tyrone's, Ray Ray's, and Lakeisha's going all in Chicago and rioting and looting. They are wearing sneakers like Nikes and Adidas. The guys with the pants half off their ass, these are Levi jeans or Lee jeans. You don't see none of these companies see them daggone rioters going in there looting and then get on the internet and says, we disavow all those black people wearing our clothes that are looting and killing and rioting. We disavow. They don't do that. Nike don't care what they can. You can basically murder people and support. I support Nike shirt on, and Nike ain't got nothing to say because they realize they can control people who wear their products. But what I'm telling you is, these are people who are liberal, and they did not want to alienate their true base, which are progressives and liberals. So here we go. Let me finish reading this off. This is a sharp departure from its handling of the Rittenhouse incident. See, there was a difference. Even the New York Times is showing them being hypocrites. Following pressure from the company, Schaefer deleted his tweets, and Hoffer released a video statement in which he clarified that while Black Rifle Coffee believe in the Constitution, no they don't. The Second Amendment, no they don't. And the right to bear arms, no they don't. And that the person is innocent until proven guilty. The company did not sponsor Rittenhouse. We are not in the business of profiting the tragedy. Let's move on to the next article. So, this is okay. So they go into more of a detail. I'm gonna read this entire article, this entire paragraph too. The coffee company is much bigger, Hafer insisted, that, quote, a hat in the fucking Capitol, but the uncomfortable truth remained that someone like Monshel would have thought to wear the company's hat to the Capitol was a large part of how Black Rifle Coffee had gotten so far in the first place. This was the dilemma in which Black Rifle now found itself. Quote, this is them admitting to grifting. Ready? They're admitting to grifting right here. This is why I highlighted this part. How do you build a cool kind of irreverent pro-Second Amendment, pro-American brand in the mega era, Hafford wondered aloud, without doubling down on the mega movement and also not being called a fucking rhino by the mega guys? Man, how do we grift as pro-Americans, as pro-Second Amendment, you know what I'm saying? How do we grift like that and be some cool guys, but we really don't believe in that bullshit, but we don't want to be called rhinos? How do we do that? How do we do that? Well, I'll tell you how. I already showed you that they got endorsed by some heavy hitters like Don Jr. and Sean Hannity. But it gets better. Later on, I'm going to show you what else they did in order to get the admiration and the support of a lot of people on the right. All right, so let's move on to the next section. I'm not going to read all this. You can pause the video and read all of this yourself, but this is to show you that he's part of the Alphabet Boys. He was a contractor for the CIA. But him and Bess were contractors for the CIA. Right here, let's see. This is Bess. He connected with Bess, whom he knew from the CIA contractor world. While still a contractor, Bess started making bro-ish videos, poking fun at military life, blowing up a giant pink teddy bear with tannerite, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, tannerite, for instance, and posting them on Facebook and YouTube. And then it goes on, this is the best part right here, honey. Look at this. Bess wears a red "Make Coffee Great Again" t-shirt in the ad. Indeed, Black Rifle's founder not only adapted to, but in many instances also adopted the Trump-era Republican Party approach to politics. And guess what? This is the damn video, but you want to know what's so great about it? These pieces of shit deleted the video off of their damn channel. Yeah, they did. If you go to fucking Black Rifle Coffee, if you go to Black Rifle Coffee's YouTube channel, this video is not going to be on there. So this is what I'm saying. This piece of shit, Matt Bess, wears a "Make Coffee Great Again" shirt. Red, by the way, okay? That is everybody know when you see a red mega hat or a red hat, people equate that to Trump. So he grifted by saying, hey, make coffee great again. And then in front of this beautiful flag, grifting. And of course, I got food, you got food, a lot of people got food because they thought that he was on his team. They thought that he was on our team. Oh, but then it gets better. Did y'all see the highlighted name? Not the highlighted name. Did you see this name right here? I'm going to read this. This is going to blow your mind. Whew. On the eve of the Georgia Senate runoff in January, Taylor directed an ad supporting the two Republican candidates called Georgia Reloaded. In it, Representative Dan I Love Me Some Red Flag Laws Crenshaw. Now you have to ask yourself, why is it that these people from Black Rifle Coffee love these gun-stealing veterans that are politicians? Now, I looked at the damn video. This is him, the Cyclops. I hate Dan Crenshaw. I hate his guts. By the way, this video is off of their website and exclusively on Dan Crenshaw. And by the way, fuck you, Dan Crenshaw. I'm going to be very petty. I know this don't matter anymore, but I don't give a fuck about no goddamn Dan Crenshaw. You want to know why? This is why. Here is a veteran that doesn't believe in the Constitution. The red flag laws are unconstitutional, ladies and gentlemen. They're saying you're guilty until you prove yourself innocent. We're going to take your guns away. You're going to have to come to court to prove why you deserve them in the first place. Our forefathers did not create the Second Amendment and due process for this reason to have red flag laws. But goddamn Dan Crenshaw loved himself some red flag laws. I'm telling you, these people are pieces of shit. Why would you support Dan Crenshaw? By the way, they gave money, okay? They gave money. When I say they, I'm talking about Black Rifle Coffee gave money to Dan Crenshaw too. Fuck Cyclops. I can't stand this old piece of shit. All right, so let me read this one. This one is full context too. They're still talking to Hafer, okay? So this is probably halfway through the article right now. But there was a lot of fillers in there. They're talking about how their base is created, blah, blah, blah. There was a lot of filler words in there. I just had to get to the part that is very important to you guys. So that's why I'm saying this video may be a little long. Although Hafer remains a conservative, no, he's not a conservative. These are the people who say they're conservative, but they have nothing but a liberal ideology. You know what I'm saying? So don't believe when people say they are a conservative that they really are a GOP conservative. No, they're not. On more than one occasion, he told me, he's trying to sell it to you, I'm a man without a party now. Oh no, you have a party, the party you've been donating to. And there's no evidence, like I said, there's no evidence. He said he voted for Trump. There's no evidence for that. There's no evidence for that. But I see you putting all your money on the left. I see you gave money to Biden, He is loath to say anything negative about Trump on the record, but he now also seems reluctant to say much positive about Trump either. Nevertheless, the Black Rifle executives were unwilling to get too introspective about what their company might have done to lead people on the far right. The New York Times, ladies and gentlemen. People they personally revile to identify with the Black Rifle brand. He reviled me. He thinks I'm vile. Okay. Oh, but it gets better. Hold on. It gets real better. Okay. Hafer and Best was talking in a glorified supply closet in the Salt Lake City office. Now, you being clowned right here. They don't even realize that the journalist for New York Times is clowning them, saying that they were talking in a glorified supply closet. And you sat down and talked with these people voluntarily. You deserve everything you get. In the Salt Lake City offices, where potential designs for new coffee bags were hanging on the wall. One of them featured a Renaissance-style rendering of Saint Michael the Archangel, a patron saint of military personnel, shooting a short-barreled rifle. In Afghanistan and Iraq, Hafer knew a number of squad mates who had the St. Michael tattoo. For a time, he wore into battle a St. Michael's pendant that a Catholic friend gave him. But while the St. Michael design was being mocked up, Hafer said he learned from a friend at the Pentagon that an image of Saint Michael trampling on Satan has been embraced by white supremacists because it was reminiscent of the murder of George Floyd. Lies. Now, any plans for the coffee bag had been scrapped. This won't see the light of day, Hafer said. I'm telling you, I'm really good at what I do. I scrubbed the dark web. I came to the regular web, and there was no evidence that the Saint Michael trampling on Satan was on anybody but military people. I didn't see no evidence that this was associated with white supremacists. And this is what I'm saying. They pull these lies out their asses. Remember, these are the same people, the New York Times, by the way, that said that on February, I think they said on either January the 10th January the 10th, they said that the Proud Boys and the militia, the mega militia, was going to seize every capital in every state. And I said, that is a lie. That is not gonna happen. I said, this is just fear mongering, and exactly true to form, nothing happened. This is what I'm talking about. These people in the federal government, they are the biggest liars, and they do shit like this to cause problems. So what I'm saying is that, one, I don't know who to believe. I don't know to believe Evan. See, the thing about it is he lies so much. This idiot lies so much. But the fact is, you got a friend in the Pentagon who's basically giving you classified information like that. Come on, y'all. Y'all really gonna believe this bullshit? But let me show you the picture of the Archangel, okay? So this right here, and so how is this? This is the devil right here, okay? How is this supposed to be George Floyd? So what, is this Derek Chauvin? Really? We really? Now, don't get me wrong. I do believe that George Floyd is the devil incarnate. That's the reason why God struck down that mural. But the thing about it is you expect me to believe that this have something to do with George Floyd. This is a lie. This is a lie, guys. But see, he's putting all this information because what he's trying to do in this article is win over the left. They're trying to win over the left. They got rid of us, and now they're trying to get and become either allies or they're just getting with their group that they belong to. But this is basically winning over the left to say, see, now that the right wingers done gave us up, can y'all come and buy our coffee? You can have them motherfuckers over there on the left. I just want those of you on the right to leave these people alone. They got our money. They got our money and they tricked us. But now it's time for us to spread the word. You guys got to spread the word about these people. Quote, you can't let sections of your customers hijack your brand and say, this is who you are, Best told me. It's like, no, we define that. The Rittenhouse episode may have cost the company thousands of customers, but Heifer believed it also allowed Black Rifle to draw a line in the sand. And quote, he's quoted as saying, it's such a repugnant group of people. He's calling those of us who support Kyle Rittenhouse repugnant. He's calling us repugnant. It's like the worst of American society. We're the worst of American society for supporting Kyle Rittenhouse. Let that sink in, by the way. Told you these people are pieces of shit. And I got to flush the toilet of some of these people that kind of hijack portion of the brand. So he's saying the fact that we gave them money, we wore their shirt, they're selling Black Rifle Coffee paraphernalia. Because we wear the paraphernalia, now we're repugnant. Now we are the worst type of people. He got to flush us down the toilet. We're the worst of American society. And this is the last of the article because this is the best for last, honey. This is the last paragraph. I'm going to read it in its full context because this is where it gets good. By the way, I just want to let you guys know, when you go look at the article, the good juicy part is at the bottom. They got all that fluff, and it's a long ass article. They got all that fluff in there, and they saved the best at the bottom because they know most people are not going to read it. I did it for you, ladies and gentlemen. I sat there and suffered through that entire article, and I read it from top to bottom. And this is what the bottom says. The racism shit really pisses me off, Hafer said. I hate racist, proud boyish people. So now we're just, everybody that's on the right is racist. Everybody who buy my shit that's a conservative is racist. Everybody who's basically support Trump is racist. Everybody who support Kyle Rittenhouse is racist. How are we racist? So he's actually saying that, well, he believes that the Proud Boys are a terrorist group, which they're not. The FBI does not recognize them as a terrorist group, okay? Stop spreading that lie, lefties. But he's basically saying that we're racist and that we're a Proud Boyish terrorist group. So understand this, once again, they're using liberal language to vilify us. And then he continues to say, like, I'll pay them to leave my customer base. I would gladly chop all those people out of my fucking customer database and pay them to get the fuck out. And that's the end of it. And I'm like, I was so angry when I read this entire article, and it just basically just told me what I already knew about this organization. But I'm telling you, like I said, I was one of the few. I think there were so many of us who came out against Black Rifle Coffee, and only three only maybe two, maybe me and someone else, another YouTuber, we were the only one that stood our ground and said, fuck Black Rifle Coffee. They'll never get any more money from me. And now you guys are now just seeing this video, because like I said, the video only had 3,000 views, and a couple of weeks ago, before this article came out, it started to catch a lot of steam, and a lot of people were sharing it, and I didn't understand why. And now people are sharing it big time, because they're like, Tree of Logic had warned you guys last year about Black Rifle Coffee. Stop making them millionaires. If they want to be millionaires from the liberal, good luck with that, then so be it. But you gotta spread the word. These people ain't shit. And I hope you made it to this far of the video to realize that. Please, please, please spread the word and let everybody know what Black Rifle Coffee is all about. All right, sorry, I know this is a very long video, but I had to do it in details because I found a lot of stuff out. Let me know what you all think in the comment section below. Be sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Later, taters.